Set yourself up. Nice. Again. Good. Good. Let's go 2 more. Nice. Last one. Next back. Reset. Last one. Beautiful. Nice work. How you feel? Comfortable? Cool. Only thing I'd say for you is there a reason why you bring your thumbs around the other way? So just bring them in. I'd actually grip it, like hard. Yeah, that's the only thing, because I know exactly what you think. Like, you think like that. It's like, oh, okay, I don't need to worry too much about it. You'll find as the weight gets heavier, there'll be a position where it's like you really want to grip and sort of. You'll find we call it iridation, where it's like the further you grip it, if you grip it half, you know, it might travel up there. If you grip it really tight, you'll get to a position where it's going to come all the way up, and then that's almost going to pull into your lats. And you find if the lats are tight, that's almost going to help stabilize your lower back as well. So you think lats are tight, core strong, lower back's going to be in a better position to obviously keep stable and then work and let all the right muscles work as you go through. What I want you to think about doing as well is really thinking about your core position. So sometimes the position you'll set yourself up, as you come up, you'll be more so inclined to do that. So notice how my back's just curving slightly. All I want you to focus on is once you're in this position, big breath in your stomach and then bracing down like someone's about to punch you in the guts. So for you, having that slight chin tuck will probably help. And then just doing that as you come through, so really keeping that tension and tightness. I know.
Josh, I'm going to get lifting straps. We'll go through that.
It's a good idea, actually, yeah. You gonna grab them? Yeah. So, yeah, grabbing it tight, arms are nice and long. So now with that position, brace the core down. Yep, there. And then you're going to push. Yeah, much better. Hinge back. Yeah, big brace the core down, leg press away. Yeah, much better. Let's 3 more like that. Brace the core down. Good. And last 2 as you come up to the top now, try not to lift your shoulders up, thinking about keeping them long. Nice, last one. Take your time, bracing that core down and keeping it braced down. Yeah, nice, really good. How'd they feel?
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Just a little bit as you were trying to just extend slightly through that lower back. So not a big issue, but again, if you find as it gets heavier and heavier, you're probably going to be pulled more and more into that extension. So you'll find that, like with your core, as soon as we go the core's like that, it's opened up. Generally speaking, that's probably going to be everyone's limiting factor, is their core position. If that's not set up on a deadlift properly when you're going through your reps, you'll notice it straight away. If you do 5 deadlifts and you notice 4 of them really good and one of them you're like, oh, I feel like I lost something, chances are it's probably just that core position. And again, that's going to be because deadlifts are very fatiguing. You're going to be breathing out of your ass sometimes when they start getting really heavy. So take your time with them. Treat them as individual reps. If you need a couple of seconds between each rep, take it. You'd rather be in the perfect position than trying to rush them too much. And that's when people get heavier, that's just generally what they'll try and do. They'll try and rip them from the floor and just rush them. Take your time, set yourself up, make sure your position's good. You'll be good to go from there.
Your back and your glutes and your legs are a really strong muscle group. Your poor little forearms aren't going to be able to hold on to a heavy weight after a period of time, right? That's when we would use something like a lifting strap. So these aren't very expensive. You'd be able to find them at a sports store or supplement store for about 10, 15 bucks. Essentially all we do, pop our hand through them, and then there should be like a long section here that's going to go through your first finger and your thumb. This is going to wrap underneath the bar on both of your hands, and it's going to take away the need for you to grip the bar as much. So you're connecting yourself to the bar through your wrists rather than having to hold on to the whole entire weight, okay? So I'm going to put on both of them, and then I'm going to wrap them underneath the bar like that. I'm going to do it on both sides. So now my wrists are connected to the bar rather than more so my hands, okay? To tighten them, I like to imagine a motorbike handle, okay? That's going to naturally tighten them around the bar for you. And then we're going to do that same kind of form, same setup, shoulders back. And then I don't really have to rely too much on, obviously I'm still going to hold on to the bar, but I don't need to as much because my wrists are taking the weight right now. Does that make sense? Yeah? It can be really useful if you find that your grip fatigues really early. You feel like your body can lift the weight, but your hands are slipping. Okay, so it's a good investment. Again, they're not very expensive. Okay, you can also use them for your trap bar as well. Do you guys want to have a go of lifting straps?
It's not cheating, by the way. So a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you just need to get stronger through your forearms. It's like, no, you're going to get to a point where your back and your legs are probably going to be your 2 biggest muscle groups, right? It's like if you're trying to RDL or do any heavy rowing or something like that, there's going to be a point where it's going to give way. So just having something like that's going to be really simple, really easy investment. When you get to that level, when you feel like, okay, now I'm just feeling it all in my forearms when I'm doing a heavy pull down, or I can't hold onto the bar, and that's what's pushing me forward in terms of your hinging position. So like again, most clients that bring up once they get towards their body weight, generally speaking, they use that. We're not going to go through a belt today either, but a belt can be another really worthy investment in terms of setting it up. You think when we're breathing, again, trying to breathe in the stomach and brace down, the belt's just basically going to give you something to breathe into. So it's almost like a little cue. It doesn't necessarily like protect your lower back, but it is something good that once you probably get to your body weight and above, I would have phases of probably using a belt, especially if you're going to go for like a heavy 1 rep max, for example.
When you say you get to your body weight, does that mean you're lifting your body weight?
Correct. So everyone's going to be different. Everyone will have different ways in which they get up, 1, 1.5, 2 times body weight. I like to get all my clients, depending on the people, to get to at least their body weight with a squat and deadlift if possible, or a variation of it. So again, that's when we go back to individuals to people. For example, one of my clients has scoliosis. So scoliosis, curvature of the spine, not necessarily a bad thing, but we just need to be a bit more careful with how we program stuff. So I would say for him, potentially going into more of an RDL as opposed to a conventional deadlift is just going to be a bit safer on his spine. But it also comes down to, do they want to deadlift? Everyone's going to be different, but of course you're all here, so you want to squat, bench and deadlift and learn how to do all those things as well. But belt can be a really worthwhile investment as well.